All right, testing again. We're testing again. Da 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 da. There we go. I think we're good now. Sorry, everybody. We are back in the proper sideways way. I'm just gonna make sure we are live everywhere where we should be live. And while I'm doing that, you let me know, how is your day going? We are getting lots and lots of thunderstorms right now, so hopefully we don't lose you. Dun, 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 dun. Why is my stream called the wrong thing? Everything is being very silly today. Let's see. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Okay, I see Marilyn. Marilyn, are you here from before? Or do you see me? Everything is acting up today. Now this isn't working. This is just a day where we get to have some technical things first. Then we're gonna play. There we go. Bum ba dum bum bum. And we got our blue back. All right. Oh, good. Marilyn can hear me. It's a nice day. It was a beautiful day here until about an hour ago. Now it's raining and thundering. Jane Marie is here. Marilyn, you said you see me here. Did you have to log back out and find it, or did it just do it automatic? Hopefully people are able to find us. But anyway, let's try this again. Take two. Tonight, we are going to be doing melody in our right hand and chords in our right hand at the same time. So that's exciting. That'll be fun. This is the first time we have ever done this on this channel. It has been requested a lot, but we needed to have enough background to be able to do it where we don't get overwhelmed. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve today, but we've got handouts. It's going to be nice and steady, and you're going to be able to write stuff down. It's going to be very clear. So, Jane Marie says, it's hilarious that you made it to a live on the day I have technical difficulties. Well, we had to have like a throwback Friday, right? Remember year one where it was always technical difficulties. Every time I would log in, you guys would say, I can't hear you, or I can't see you. It just, it has to bring it back. Good memories. Alright, well, people are getting in because I know it's going to be a bit to get back over here. I'm going to show you guys how to get your handout for today. Bum ba dum bum ba dum. That's really funny. There we go. Now you can see it. So if you go to thegospelmethod.com, click on free resources. Create a membership. If you haven't done so, it'll ask you for your email. If you have already done so, just log in. Click year 3. And our lesson is year 3. And we're going to be doing right hand harmony. Right hand harmony. Okay, so this is your PDF. If you click here, this is our PDF for today as the deer. And we're going to be changing it. So this just has the simple melody written in it. This is from year 3 lesson 5 where we did this melody by ear. So if you would like to go back and watch that to get yourself comfortable, you can go back to year 3 lesson 5. But I'm going to write on this today, and then we will re-upload it over on where it says edited PDF. So you'll be able to see all of the notes that we've made today and print that out if you'd like as well. Okay. I see a couple people. Hi, Ruth. Ruth is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so the plan for today, by the end of today, is we're going to play this melody. At the same time as we play our chords. right? So that's the idea. And then if we just add one bass note, it is very full, and it gives our left hand a lot of space, which we'll talk about why that's important later. But our left hand is just going to play some bass notes. So it's going to give us a lot of options, but the first thing we need to do is figure out how do we play these green melody notes along with the chords at the same time. And so I'm going to teach you a few different steps. So if you're here tonight live, make sure you come back next week because we're going to fill in the gaps of this and kind of bring it all together. And then in the third week from now, we're going to add in the left hand patterns, okay? So first thing we want to do is make sure our chords are lined up real nice, which these are. And then we want to make sure our melody always stays on the top, okay? So if we have those notes always have to be the highest notes that we play. We can't play anything above that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to harmonize for tonight. We're only going to harmonize the notes that have chords under them, which is what I played at the beginning there. So we have E here, and right underneath the E is a chord. So if we would play it normally, as, right? So we have a melody note and a chord. And so on that E, we're going to think, let's say if our left hand's only playing C, how could we harmonize underneath the E using the notes from the C chord? Okay, so you could use a C, as the, that works, or you could use a G, as the, because C and G are both in a C chord. All right, so you could write underneath of this, we're going to try to do this so it's real nice and tidy for you. You could do a C underneath it, or a G, or both. So you could go as the, or you could go as the, or you could go all of them. As the. So I'm going to write for tonight all of them underneath, but understand that you could do, you know, only the top two, or you could do the top one and the bottom one, okay? As long as the top one stays the same for the melody. So now we have a G on top of the G over B. So how do we harmonize a G note? That's our melody. What notes can we put with it underneath? So our chord is a G over B. That's just G with the B on the left hand. So just a G chord. So we can use G, B, or D. Those are the notes in our G chord. So if we have G on the top, we could play it like this to harmonize. We could play it like this with the B, or we could play both. All right, so that would be D in the middle and B, like that. So if I wanted to play just, let's say I wanted to play just the melody and then just this middle one here, it could sound like this. Oops, sorry. Okay, or I could play just the melody and the bottom notes. Maybe I want to use more of a stretchier sound. Okay, or I could play all three. Okay, now we're gonna do the whole song. I did this with my intermediate class, and it takes a little while to kind of think, what exactly am I using for my notes underneath? So we're gonna do it with the whole thing. So we're gonna go to the next one where it lines up. So E and D, they have nothing underneath them, so we're just gonna play them as melody. But the C lines up perfectly with this A minor. So what notes are in A minor? A, C, and E. So since we already have a C, the reason I picked this song in particular, folks, is because the ones that line up generally have a note in them that's already in the chord, which makes it easier. So next week, like I said, we're going to go and kind of fill in the rest of the gaps of things you might come across. But C, okay, and we said A would be the closest one, and E. So as the deer panteth for the... Now here's a fun one. C/G, which that should be red because it's a slash chord. C/G, that is just a C chord with a G on the bottom. So it's just a C chord. But our note that we have on top here, this is one where it's not exactly the chord tone. F is the one, as the deer panteth for the water. It doesn't have that note in the chord, but the next note does. So let's go just there for a second. Water, water, and the E is that's in the C chord. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pretend like F is in the C chord for a second, but we're just gonna make the rest of them C notes. So we would put C and G, pretending that's an E, right? So that'd be C and G. And because we're only there for a second, it sounds kind of wrong notes for a second. But then right away, water, we resolve it and it sounds really nice. Okay, so as the deer panteth for the water, sorry. So that would be line number 1. So we keep the melody on the top always. That's extremely important. And then we can harmonize as many as we like. So like I said, you can pick one, both, whatever. You decide how much adventure you want. The biggest rule is just keep your melody note and pick one note underneath that belongs to the chord. Okay? If you really want to get fancy with it, you can always remember your left hand is also playing a note. So let's say if we had as the deer, so as, that's our note. One thing you could have a little bit of fun with is if you have an E here with the melody, C's on your left hand, and you need to pick C or G, think about it. If you played the C, well, you're just doubling the note you already have. As the, which is fine. But if you pick the G, then you'd end up with all of the notes of the chord in it. So you'd have E here, bass note, and then you could pick G as your extra note. So you have all the notes of your C chord. And then G. So think here, we have a G, we have a G. Okay, so any of those will make a harmony. Okay, but that's a little bit more of an intermediate thing. All right, so that's the right hand. Now, why would we bother putting all of this trouble into the right hand? I'm going to give you guys a second to try it out on your keyboards if you have your keyboards. While we talk about why would I do this? Because eventually you want your left hand to be free to do other things. So if your left hand's always playing the chords, right? Your left hand can't do anything else. Whereas if I play both the chord with my right hand, my left hand's completely free other than the bass note. And so I could do a pattern with my left hand and be playing the melody and be playing the chords, which is beautiful. Right? What a difference instead of, right? When you do the chords in the left hand, it does kind of limit you a little bit on your patterns. But we have talked about breaking them up, right, into a pattern. But if your right hand is playing the full chord, you can play different patterns. You can do different things. Okay, so let's go down to the second line. Again, we're going to put this way at the top here. And look where they line up. So the A lines up with the F, the G lines up with the G, the G lines up with the C. Again, I said I picked this song because it lines up nicely. So we have A as our melody, and we have F as our chord. Okay, so we need F, A, and C. So if I have F or A, then I could go F underneath it and C. So I can easily keep my melody on the top and do it that way. Some of you who are really familiar with inversions are going to realize all I'm doing is playing my chords, so the F chord, in a different inversion, just making sure that the A is on the top. This is if you want to play all 3 notes. Okay, so then let's go over to our G. So we have a G chord and G on the top. So think, how would we play G with G on the top? We would put D in the middle and B on the bottom. And let me know in the comments, are any of you actually playing melody yet? Are you just kind of looking at it to figure out how the ear training works? Where are you guys at? Are you ready for some left-hand patterns with your melody? All right, we have a G chord here, or a G note rather, and a C chord. So G, so we get to play nice root position if we would like to do that. Okay, so there's the second line. Just give me 1 second. In all of our technical problems, I also ended up getting my piano backwards. There we go. So just give me another minute. Today is the day. We'll just get all the technological things over with in one day. And next week we'll just be flying. There we go. This thing is going to be the end of me. There we go. Okay, we've got it back. Okay, so let's try it together. Right hand only, just so you can hear it. Just the bass. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what a gorgeous thing without any patterns, but we've got more texture now. We have the texture of the melody, the texture of the chords, and the texture of a low bass note separated. Very beautiful. Now, if you look down here, this is going to be the same because it's the same chords. So I'm just going to copy this over like we did last time. And it lines up exactly the same because we have the exact same melody and the exact same left hand chords. Just want to move this a little bit for you guys. If it will let me, so it lines up nicer. There you go. Okay, so 3 lines together. Couple chords at the end here, and then we get to the fun chorus. And I long. So I have an F chord. So I need F, A, and C. Oops. And I long to. And then we have this D lined up on a G chord. So I have D, so I can play it in root position, B in the middle. And G on the bottom. Worship. And then we need a C chord. C on the top, G and E. When in doubt, play it in root position, write down your letters, and then look at your fingers to rearrange them. All right, there is our verse. All right, scroll it up all together. I think we can fit that in so you can see it. All right, let's give this a go. So it lines up really nice. So a lot of songs will not have it, you know, exactly where the melody matches the chord, or maybe it's a different note. So we'll get to that again next week, but give that a try. And you do have to pay more attention to your fingers and definitely use your pedal because, for example, here, as the jump, right? There's a little bit more jumping around, and so the pedal will help you on that. All right, before we jump into the chorus, I want to let you guys know why was my camera all crazy when I first logged in. It's because yesterday I was doing some recording for our special song challenge that's coming up, and I forgot to hit one of the buttons to put it back to normal. So our song challenge is our 30-day song challenge, and that is available to anybody, piano, guitar, violin, voice, ukulele, drums, you name it. If you'd like to learn gospel music, classical, pop, anything, this is for our music school that my husband and I have. This would be for Zoom lessons. So we have a 30-day song challenge. If you'd like to do gospel lessons with me, you can. If you want to play jazz drums with Mr. Drum Teacher, you can do that. But what it is you pick one song, and we promise that in 30 days you will learn that song. And if you don't, we're going to give you 2 free extra lessons for Zoom lessons to finish that song, because we know everyone at our school, all the teachers, and we can get you to learn a song even if you've never played your instrument before. So if that's something you might want to do either in June or over the summer, there's a link in the description. It'll say for the Zoom lessons, okay? And I'll change the description after this, so it'll say 30-day song challenge so that you can click it. And what that's going to do is open up for a trial lesson, a free trial lesson. That way you can meet a teacher and talk about the song challenge and pick your song. And then from there you can decide if you want to do it. So if you'd like to do that, link is down below. Look for the thing that says Zoom lessons, Zoom lessons, or later on if you're watching 30-day song challenge, I'll put that down below. And you can get a free Zoom lesson before you even have to say yes, okay? But have a song in mind, a couple songs, what instrument you'd like to do. The only thing is you do need to have pretty decent internet, so if you're watching this, you're probably okay. And you also need to make sure you have an instrument, okay, unless you're a singer. So if you want to play piano, make sure you have a keyboard, drums, that sort of, at least a basic one, or we can't teach you the song. Okay, so put in the comments, is that something you'd like to do? What instrument would you like to do? And also we take kids. So we have lots of kids who are doing gospel music, which you will see on the recital next Saturday. We've got some of you guys, adults, blazing the way. And then we've also got a whole crew of kids this year, some as young as 7, who are playing church music in front of people, in a church setting. So absolutely awesome. So next Saturday is the recital. So what was I saying? Yes, kids and adults for the 30-day song challenge. Okay, chorus. We're going to continue on. We're going to go to this high note. You alone are my strength, my shield. Which is going to make it good, because then we're going to have more space. We're not going to be way down here, because it goes up here. And I long to worship you. And we jump up there. Okay, so we have an A minor chord. C. What other notes are in an A minor chord? A and E. So we're going to put that underneath. And again, reminder, if you're just jumping in, you don't have to play both, but you can. You can play either one. It doesn't matter. Okay, now we have an A minor over G. Okay, what chord is that? Well, G isn't even in A minor, but we can see we have A minor, and then this thing, and then an F. So our left hand is going A, G, F. So I'm going to make an executive decision and say, you know what, this is probably still an A minor. It's just maybe they were just walking the bass line down. So that's okay. I'm going to pretend it's an A minor and see if it works. You says. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that's an A minor. And so we get to keep the same thing. So it's the same melody note on top. Oops. And so we're just going to add our A under this one as well. And the E. Okay, so we've got... And then we have this A, and we need an F chord. So we need F and a C. Also, while I'm tippity typing here, I am making plans for a summer series, and I have a really fun idea. But before I start recording and planning for this series, I would like the comments. Is there anything in particular you guys would like to learn over the summer? I'm going to do an 8-week series. Like I said, I have an idea, but put in the comments. You've got a couple weeks to change my mind if there's something you'd really like to learn. It doesn't have to be melody. It can be anything. All right, and then we have G and a C over E. So, C, E is in C, so it's just a C upside down. So it's just a C. Okay, so I have a G chord. What are my notes in C? I need an E and a C. So a nice root position chord for that one. Now also, I know this year I messed with some of you because I put the live during supper time for Eastern folks. So what are you making for supper? I know some of you are cooking while you're listening. We have an event at the church, so we're just going to have snacks for supper, I think. So it'll be nice. All right, let's see from the chorus. And that's going to be the F again. So A is on the top. We need notes for F chord, F and C underneath there. All right, now this one, to you alone. This A lines up with this C over E. Steven says the Beatles yesterday. That'd be a good one. You could do it chords or melody. We'd look it up for you, Steven. Don't worry. Are you looking for piano or guitar or drums? All right, back to our line. Right, A with a C, E on the bottom. What is that? Okay, a C chord. A does not belong in a C chord. Okay, so we have to you alone. So lone. Could I pick some notes of a C chord to go under it? I have to keep the A. Right? We could do that. We go E and C like that. Or, let's see if it works with maybe if this is still an F. Because again, we have this F, E, D. Maybe this is just a passing chord. So let's see if we can play it as an F. To you alone doth my spirit yield. So you can see here, I'm making some choices. So I'm going to choose to keep this as an F. Because I think that's going to make it easier, and it still works. So I'm going to pretend my right hand is still playing F. My left hand can play that E if it wants to. That's fine. Because really, that's all it was doing. It's just a little walk down. If we wanted to play it like a C, we could go A, E, C, and see if you like it. Okay, either would be fine. So you choose there if you want to make it a C chord or an F chord. Doth my spirit. So spirit is a D minor with an F. So we need a D and an A. All right, Stephen, I see your message. Make sure you click on that link, or you can email me, and I can suggest a teacher depending what instrument you're looking for. Oops, I'm going to sneak that back. It's on this app. It's not lined up exactly because I'm using a computer. If you're drawing it, you could definitely. And then we have this G chord with the E, but look, the D's right there. So it's going to be one of those where we just stay there for a second. Yield, yield. Okay, so where are we? So we're way down here. So think E, what's G? G and B. And then we're only going to be there for a second. And then we go to the D. Okay, so it's okay that the E's there. Don't panic. Just pretend it's a D for now. Piano. Perfect. G. Yeah, Stephen, if you're on the link already, check for Mr. Reed or Mr. Peter. They would know that. Mr. Reed, he did a whole workshop on the Beatles last year, so if he does have any spots, see if you can get in with him. He's very, very talented with that type of music. His name is Joel Reed. Okay, now You Alone Are My Heart's Desire. I don't know. Oh, I forgot this one is a super copy, so we can just copy that right over because the chords, this is very important, the chords and the melody are the same. You have to watch. So sometimes it can look the same and it's not quite the same. Okay, here we go. I think you guys can see all of those. Yes, you can. From the top. I'll do it with the right hand first. Just a little bit pedal to connect, and then I'll do it with the left hand, and then I'll show you a pattern, kind of sneak peek into later. So, as the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. Go to the chorus. You are my strength, my shield. To you alone doth my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. With the left hand, just the bass note. As the deer panteth for the water, so it's already so full with just that. Go to the chorus. It's all right. All right, now you can put in the comments some of the patterns you might want to see, but the one that would work really nice with this one is a nice rolling pattern. So I'm going to try that first. If you have any other requests, let me know. Let's see if I can play the melody. So sometimes it gets a little low. So if I was actually playing the whole melody, I might even sneak it up here. Depending what you're doing, right? If it's just background music, it's a little bit, it's sprinkly, but it's not as low. Let's see, A minor. So you can just keep adding and adding and adding, right? Add a different pattern. Add in some of your 7th chords that we learned. Add in some fills. You can, just because you're playing melody doesn't mean you're stuck, right? So on this, like, little sneak peek, this F over G, right? You've got nothing there. You could play it as a fill. Pepperoni, pepperoni, back to the melody. Right? And just play, have fun. Okay, this is kind of a sneak peek into my idea for the summer. So again, if you have any requests for what we're gonna do this summer, put it in the chat, change my mind. But I've got some fun ideas. Alright, I'm just gonna stick around. I got a couple of minutes. I don't have to go anywhere. Do you have to go anywhere? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're making supper and listening. And I'm just gonna play with this, mess around, make mistakes. As you can tell, the sun has drained my brain. So I was playing this all this morning. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be such a nice lesson. And then I got here after my work day and my brain is not quite as sharp as it was. But let's play. We'll have some fun. And if you need to go, you can go. If you want to stick around, we'll just keep playing with it. Where am I? To you. Eliza has a question. She says, I'm in the premium membership. What do I need to do to get lessons with you? That's a good question. It's a separate thing. So the membership program, premium membership on the Purple website, the Gospel Method is the video lessons, and you get access to a Q&A Zoom once a month. That is separate. If you want to do the Zoom lessons with me, there's a link down below that says Zoom lessons or free Zoom lesson, something like that. I can't see the description right now, but it's right near the top. If you click on that, or you can go to the lessons tab and just put in your information and say, so put your name and your country in that link, and that will send it straight to me so I can give you a call tonight. And if you are a Zoom student, you get your premium membership for free. So you don't pay for both. If you're enjoying the premium, but you also want one-on-one help, the premium will give you a code. It's free as long as you're a student with me. So yeah, just check in that description, or you can email me directly. I'll put this in here for everybody. Okay, if you want to email that email, contact@thegospelmethod.com, that'll go straight to me. Okay, so if you just want to send me that with your phone number, I can give you a call as well. Jay Marie says, I'm just listening to all these mistakes. You can't figure stuff out without making some mistakes. lessons are in Canadian dollars. I'm in the UK. Can I pay in pounds? Yes. So our website is set as Canadian, just as Canadian law allows us to do so. But what will happen is we will charge you in Canadian and you will pay in whatever currency you're in. So your credit card provider will do that translation for you. For sterling pounds, I believe it's about 30% off of the Canadian price. But you can check online on just look like CAD versus whatever yours is, sterling pound. But for US and pounds, it's usually about a 30% discount, just because of the exchange. For both, that would be for both the 30-day song challenge and for the premium membership. Everything in our company is Canadian dollars, which is why a lot of you like us. Let's see if we can do something sprinkly. If you wanted to try this version, all I'm doing is a broken chord on the left hand and melody on the top. And I wasn't even doing, not even any harmonies, I don't think. Oh, a little bit. Hi, Rebecca. Ooh, what if we did? Oh, that's fun. What will we do here? Let's do a big. Can we do an F? Woo! If you wanted to do that, that's that F over G at the bottom here. We have 2 beats. You could do pepperoni, pepperoni, or even faster than pepperoni. Play an F. I don't think I would have to do an F. Let me see. Nah. Just do an F, run up the top as fast as you can, starting an F, G on the bottom, and I long to worship thee. F scale. As fast as you can. What am I doing there? And I long to worship thee. Pepperoni, pepperoni. So it's a 30-second note, a double pepperoni. You could do pepperoni. Pepperoni, pepperoni. Still cool. And I long to worship thee. Pepperoni, pepperoni, as I want to add a G sharp there. Jamie said, the classical background is shining. Yes, there's some arpeggios in there, some scales. People say, is it worth it to know your scales? It's worth it to know it so you know your key signatures in gospel, but also good if you want to do a little, you know, something. Let's see. Oh, could we just go? Could we 2-5 on this? We could. We could double 2-5 on it. As the 2-5-1 to the A minor, 2-5-1 to the F, then go to C, 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 2-5-1 to the A minor, 2-5-1 to the F, G. Could I also do it with the melody? Let's see if we can. We can! We can do it! Let's see. Let's see. Both hands in on the action. If you're not sure what a 2-5-1 is, in the premium membership we have a whole class on it. It's how to add these crunchy gospel chords where there is no chords, and there's just a little bit of math, and you can add it into any song that you've got. They're pretty good on slow songs. That's a diminished passing. If you're interested in those are also in the membership. Or if you do Zoom, I'll show you. Whatever you want to know. Stuff. It's like, do you really know what you're playing? But there is math. If you're a math person, I'm the type that likes to know what I'm doing and why. I do play by ear now because I'm trained, but I don't play by an ear naturally, so I can't hear it and just, you know, play these crazy things. But once you show me the math and where to put it, premium membership, it's full of, there's handouts for everything as well. You guys know me. I love handouts. If you can't see it, how are you going to learn it? Oh, could we do something on that? Into you. It says, always enjoy when you keep playing. I think it was year 1 or year 2 you did it too. Yeah, I would just get off the train, as I say, but it's fun. It's fun. Next week we're going to do Goodness of God, because that one breaks some of the rules. Everybody knows it. And I'll try to stick around and we'll do the same thing. We'll just keep playing and playing and playing. How many different ways can we play a song? 1,000,007. Okay. Anyway, we're off the train. Pay attention. Get back on track, Christine. Okay, this is As the Deer, year 3, lesson 12. If you're interested in the video lessons, all the links are down here for the premium membership. 7 days free trial to try it out. That's all the video lessons, which includes 1 Zoom lesson with me a month. If you have any questions, if you'd like a Zoom lesson, oh here, there's the link right here. This will also get you to the same spot if you would like to book a trial lesson or send me a contact form and I'll call you directly. That is for the 30-day song challenge, or just if you want to take some Zoom lessons, month to month. No long-term contract. And we've got 2 books. We've got book 1, Learning How to Play in the Key of C if you've never played before. And book 2 is taking all of those skills into all 12 keys. And hopefully, if I have some time to write it down, book 3 will be coming next year, which will be Playing the Melody. So, check it out, figure out what's fun for you, or you can just hang out in the free membership because there is years and years of free resources in there. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you next week for Goodness of God.